to Catherine's Garden and Home. I hope that all is doing well, that you're doing well on this beautiful day. Well, I'm here in my northeast garden, zone 6, and I am out here on the deck and I'm just enjoying the warmth. It is warm today, and we're just doing very well. It's not too humid, but it is warm. And there is a very slight breeze here in my garden. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you so much for coming to visit with me today. And this is really an exciting time because we're now just entering into summer. It's just begun, and we're starting to feel the heat, at least here in the Northeast. And with that means that things are going to grow. Our vegetables, our warm weather crops are really going to start to grow. And that's what I've seen happening in my garden, that there has been a burst of growth all around, and the things that were delaying a little bit, they're now taking off. The other thing that I've seen happen in my garden right now is that, like, the roses are finished and they really can't take too much of the heat. So for us, the temperatures have been cool at night and just moderate during the day. So I had a wonderful June with a lot of roses showing up, and the color, it was just beautiful. A beautiful time in the garden, a nice, soft, calm time in the garden. But now that things are starting to heat up, it's different. I'm starting to see things that need the heat, like my cannas, my calla lilies. I haven't seen my caladiums budge yet, but the elephant ear, they're starting to show up and come up out of their dormancy. And also, this is bee balm in my garden. It is so beautiful. I love bee balm. I love its smell. I love the shape and the texture and the structure of it. And this is what bee balm looks like in the garden. And it's just so dainty and pretty. It grows fairly tall, a good height. I would say about 3 to 4 feet, depending on where you plant it and how much moisture it receives, and all that good stuff will determine the height. But it is so beautiful, and it complements a lot of the other flowers, especially the yellow flowers, or those with the orangey tinge to them, apricot and orange, and it looks really, really good. Good afternoon. Who has come to join me? Garden Highlights and Worms, how are you today? Hey, Catherine, how are you? I am doing well, thank you. I'm still trying to get over my little summer cold, so that's why I have my juice here and I have a piece of candy. But other than that, I'm well. I'm excited about the garden right now, and I am looking forward to new changes happening in the garden. How are you, and what's happening in your garden? How are things going for you? How are you doing today? I hope all is well with you today. Well, I decided that we will have like a mid-year garden set. Things are going great. That's good. That's good. I decided that we will have like a June recap. I want you all to start thinking about what do you what did you enjoy in your garden for the month of June? What stood out that was so spectacular that you were just amazed at it happening in your garden? So think about that, and I want you to put it in the chat. And then the other question I want to ask is, Is your garden performing well? I'm okay. You said garden highlights and worm says, I'm okay. My garden is coming along, but slow. Okay. Because my next question is your garden performing well and and meeting your expectations? And you answered the question. Yeah, that your garden is performing well, and it's slow, but it's still meeting your expectations, and that's a good thing. And it's a good thing for us to really assess our garden right now because we're in June. We're in half of the year. Could you believe it that half the year is done? We finished January through June. Now we're heading into July, and this is a whole different time in our garden, because now the growing season is on, I think, all around the United States, at least in the northern parts, right? So everyone is growing. Everyone can get busy and start growing. It's not too late to get growing. And for those of you in zones 8 and zones 9 and even parts of 7 who've already gotten started and things seem to be hustling and bustling and you're already harvesting tomatoes and you've had to deal with heat, almost summer in spring. Don't despair, because if you think about it, if you were in the northern states like mine, here in zone 6 and zone 5, we're just getting started in the growing experience. We're just putting down um, our seeds, some of our seeds, sowing some of our seeds, and we've just put in our little seedlings, and so it is still fresh. It's still new. I noticed that my tomatoes, those early tomatoes, that they're starting to develop little fruit. And so I know I'll be having my 100s, the 100s small cherry tomatoes. Excuse me. I will be having some of them real soon because they're starting to grow. And I also see some of the other larger tomatoes starting to develop on the vines. And I've just planted in my pumpkins and squashes and things like that, and they're just starting to develop. But it's still not too late to sow seeds. Um, I had sown some okra seeds, and the plants are still kind of small, so I decided that I'm going to sow some new seeds. I did it actually yesterday, and I looked at the package, and it said 58 days to harvesting or to growth. So I said, wow, that's really good. Only 58 days. That means that I can actually sow these seeds, put them out, and at least by the end of August, I was still heading into September, I'll probably be able to harvest some okra. And it's something about fresh okra, not the okra that you get in the store, that I can actually eat the okra raw and enjoy it, you know, and it's not as slimy or anything. It just seems to taste so fresh, so good. And so, what's going on with you? Who else is in the chat? I see some other people there with me. Come on, introduce yourself. And welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's Garden and Home, that's right. So show your, come on and join me here. And also, what did you enjoy in your garden for the month of June? Come on, speak up. And let's assess. Let's do a mid-year garden assessment. It's not too late to grow. It's not too late to get things going. So I want to hear where you are at and how are things happening in your garden. And also, like, we can think about it. What did you like most? What were you intentionally growing in your garden? Did you keep a journal? And how far along are you with it? And of course, I have to like remind you of my journal that I created, a garden to call my own, the Intentional Garden Journal for 2022. And I have been following it and utilizing the spaces to design and to think about what I want to see in my garden. For example, that was my herb garden, and I changed it from an herb garden to a kitchen garden. And you should see it now. It's filled with bush beans and kale, cabbage, the tomato. I have some herbs there. It's just flourishing and it's outgrowing its space already. You know, it's amazing because it doesn't look like it's going to be so full, but now everything is so full. Hi, Jane. How are you? Catherine, I am in Shrewsboro, not too far from you, I think. Oh, you are? Wow. How are you? Yeah, I don't think it's too far from me. Yes. And how are things over there? How are things going for you? How's your garden growing? And I think we've really had the best weather compared to a lot of other places that have had such high temperatures like 90 degrees and 100 degrees. And we have been very pleasant. Hello, Deborah. Good afternoon. How are you? It has been so pleasant over here, even though we've been a little dry. But I don't know if you got the rain, but we got rain about 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? I think in the morning. There's a robin that has a nest in the hedges that I have there, and he just came by to say hello. Yeah, and so everything is so green and lush, and now the temperature's starting to warm up, so that we're starting to feel a little heat. But that's really great for my tropical plants and my vegetables. Beautiful weather. Yes, Jane, we've lucked out here in the Northeast. hmm Definitely blessed. And I think that because of the weather and the way it has been, that my roses actually ended up showing up and showing out. How about you? Do you have roses in your garden? And how did they do? I think my roses were so beautiful. I was looking back at one of my garden tours that I gave, and the one with the roses, and I'm looking at it, I'm saying, wow, that's my garden. It looks so good. I was feeling such a sense of satisfaction with my garden and the roses. I think that this year it was a very much a highlight. What did you say, Deborah? I'm doing well. Garden is producing. Yeah, Deborah. So these are the questions that I've been asking. My roses are looking gorgeous. I could imagine. Where are your garden highlights? Yeah. Oh, it just made me fall in love with roses so much, and they just like held on for so long. I mean, my Eden climbing rose is there, and there's still just a few buds that are looking halfway decent. So I have been trimming them back and making sure that like deadheading. And so you're in Canada. Oh yeah, so you understand what I'm talking about. Garden highlights and worms. Yeah, because in our neck of the woods up north, we're just starting to really get into the whole idea of gardening. Deborah says my squash that I was going to pull up are flourishing. Didn't I tell you? I told you to wait, Deborah. Glad I took your advice to give them a chance. Yay! Woo! That makes me happy. Good job. Jane says, I have new next door neighbors from China. It is so inspiring to see them making creative use of every bit of available space to plant vegetables. Wow, Jane. And you can learn some of that, some of their cuisine. Yes, I was thinking about that. I was thinking about now is the time to think about um, the change in the weather and our urban cuisine. I think I left the magazine. I was going to bring a a magazine in. Hello, Sonia. Hello, Catherine and Gardening Friends. How are you? Yeah, Deborah. I'm so happy for you and I'm so happy that you waited with your squash plants. Yeah, because my squash plants are really starting to grow. Um, these zucchinis definitely flowering, excuse me, and they are starting to develop fruit. And I planted so many zucchini plants. I'm going to have a lot of zucchini this year. But I found that last year that we really enjoyed the zucchini, and I was able to freeze them in the freezer. I cut them up, excuse me, put them down flat on a tray, and then bag them up in freezer bags and use them during, especially in September and October, to make soups and so forth. And it was great. It lasted a long time, and I was able to give some away as well. Um, and so this year we really want to plant a lot of food so that we can have extras, yes, for the season. Yeah, and because we don't know what's going to happen next, and so we don't want to be left without enough food, especially because we're gardeners and we can plant food. Hey, Raymond. Hey, Rambo Green Hands. How are you? So good to have you. Thanks for coming and visiting us. Yeah, how are things over there in the UK? I hope all is well. I enjoyed the Queen's Jubilee. Oh, it was so good. I have been watching it, and I really enjoyed that performance with Diana Ross, and also with what's her name? She says, "That girl is on fire." Alicia Keys. Yeah, that was good. That was good. That was good. And all of the other different events. It was good. Yeah. It has been a while, yes. So, the question I'm asking all of you who just popped on, what did you enjoy in your garden for the month of June? Because we are in the middle of the year, right? We have January to June now. So, we want to do a mid year garden assessment. It's not too late to get growing. And so, what did you enjoy in your garden for the month of June? What spoke to you? What made you say, "Wow, I'm so glad that I planted it"? I'm not too bad. Just have been growing more, growing more. Yes, growing more. What? Yeah, it's seeing my watermelon growing. Oh, you know what? I need to stop by your channel. I don't know. I do not like how YouTube deals with our subscribers. It's so ridiculous. I need to go through and hit the notification bell. Excuse me, for my subscribers, so that I can connect with everyone. I'm sorry, I have a little cough still, so you excuse me on that. But I have been drinking my teas. That's right, and consuming as many vegetables as possible. Raymond said loads of veg and fruits. Yeah, I enjoy all my tomatoes, and they're still giving me a harvest. Sonia, you're getting tomatoes. Oh, that's so good. That's so good for you, Sonia. I'm so happy. I'm happy that your garden is flourishing. All right. That's so good. So all of you are doing well. I grew potatoes and green beans. Deborah, girl, you are awesome. You are awesome. You are awesome. You're growing everything. You have just taken off with this gardening. I am so proud of you. So pleased to be in your company. Yeah. So I planted in my garden in my kitchen garden, the herbal garden. I have to show you all that. I have kale, and I had told you about the other greens, and I have the beans, the bush beans, and it's just so full in there. It's amazing, with the chamomile, and all of that other stuff. I'm doing some great transformation in the garden. You are. I gotta come. I've got to come and visit you again. I'm going to do that this week. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is that since I have the smart TV, I've been watching people on the television, and you can't really, unless you go back on your phone or something, make a comment. But I've been trying to make sure that I comment. I get it from my great grandfather and grandfather. Wow, that's good. That's good, Deborah. Hmm. But that's so good that you're doing some transformation. Because that's one of the questions that I was asking here, too. What do you need to change? What do you need to change? And Sonia says, I just saw my bell pepper this morning. Sonia, you're a gardener, too. You just doing it, too. I am so proud of you, too. Oh, Sonia, you're just doing a great job. Yeah, you had tomatoes and peppers. Wow, we all get these food growing amazing. Yes, it is me. Garden Highlights. Garden Highlights and Worms says, is it me? Is there been less pests this year, or it's still early? Well, I see occasionally a few things biting on things, but I think it's still maybe it's a little early too. So the pests may come, and hopefully we can do preventative measures to keep them away, because they're moving more into no dig. Yeah, Rambo, Raymond, the no dig method is the wisest thing that's ever come up in gardening. I think it's less pests for you too, Sonia. That's good. So how many people have experienced less pests so far, from January to June in their gardens? Shh, garden highlights and worms. Don't say that too loud. They may hear. I'm fighting them a lot this year. You are, Rambo. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you're fortunate, those who are not experiencing too many of the worms and the bugs and stuff. I have, what's suffering as far as pests are concerned? My fruit trees. I am so disappointed because I sprayed my peach tree and I did that dormancy oil and everything. And my peaches look horrible. Something is just sucking out the life out of them. And they've grown, but it's like, ooh, it's gross. So I've just given up on that again. But I'm going to cut back. My neem oil is full active. Yeah, I know. You remember when I told you all I needed to spray? I should have sprayed then, because I could have prevented, I think, some of it. I should have sprayed again, I should say. I should have sprayed again, and I didn't. And now they're really no good. And then the plums, I don't have as many plums, too. I don't know what happened with them as well. They, too, seem to have suffered. And I see worm holes on the tips, on the new growth. So I have to try again. But I have good news. My fig trees. You remember my fig tree that I was bragging about and enjoying and showing you all my figs and everything? And my fig tree died back. Well, I've kept looking and saying, what should I do? Should I cut it back? Is this the end of my figs? No, my fig tree is growing back. I see some new fresh branches coming up from the root. And I see it on 2 of the fig trees that I have. So my fig tree is not gone forever. I just probably won't have any figs this year. But I'm so glad that it's growing back. And it's okay. It could take a rest. But I'm so glad it decided to return. So that's the good news that I wanted to share about the garden. Yeah, yes. It probably goes through cycles anyway, too, you know, because last year was so, the harvest was so bountiful. Um, and it's so good that it's returning. So I guess it may take a couple of years for it to get back to that magnificent amount of figs. So, yeah, I'm so happy, Miss Cat. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, some of the questions I was asking, what did you enjoy in your garden for the month of June? Come on, share. What else did you all enjoy for the month of June? I enjoyed my roses. I love roses. My roses gave me so much joy. And the garden, I said, I was looking at the videos of that time, and I'm so glad that I continued to capture the roses. And it just made me so happy. I couldn't believe it. I said, wow, my garden was looking good, real good. It's amazing. You know, because when you're working in it, sometimes you don't realize what's happening around you. You kind of like take it for granted. But when I went back and looked at it, it made me so happy. I said, wow, it was a good June for the roses. Yeah, I love just seeing lots of green foliage, Sonia says. Yeah, you know, and that is so true, Sonia, because where I am here, you know, it was like so barren in January. You wonder, will anything grow? And then all of a sudden, you get this burst of green, especially in the last couple of days because it started raining here. And so everything is so green and lush and really taking off. It's really been beautiful, really been beautiful. I created an herb garden this year. Oh, great, Rambo. Yes. So what's in your herb garden? I hope some of those herbs that we were talking about. Remember that time when we started talking about the different herbs and what you could put in your garden? Yeah. Um, so that's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. Yeah. So what do you need to change? Excuse me. Oh, the other thing. Sorry about that. Well, the other thing that I really liked about my garden was the meadow. Okay, the whole idea of a meadow and spraying and throwing out some of the seeds and creating the meadow. Actually, right now, a lot of things have bloomed. I have a lot of bachelor buttons, but I also see some poppies, the California poppies, but then some those other poppies. What do they call them? You know, with the red and pink poppies. And I see some other uh, wildflowers that are there, cosmos, and it looks a little. It takes a little getting used to because it looks a little messy, you know, a little messy. But yet it's interesting. Your meadow is beautiful. You love it. You love the meadow. Yes. But actually, some new blooms, Sonia, have just popped up, and today when I was over in that area, I saw them. I didn't have my camera with me, but it was really looking nice. I have some footage that I'm going to be sharing with you all because there's coming a great change. And that's another question I have to ask you. What do you need to change? And what has grown a wild and out of order in your garden that you see that you need to rearrange? Is there anything that you're rearranging? Anything you're changing in your garden? I do. I have a place in my garden where I'm going to be, where you will see massive change. And it's for the better, though. And it's going to affect the meadow. But for right now, I did enjoy the meadow because it was a really good transition between the roses and and what's happening now. And one of the things that is happening now is my bee balm. And remember, I told you that each time I come to you all, from now on, I'm going to show you one of my bouquets. Well, here it is. bee balm. Isn't it pretty? I love this bee balm. And it's made such a beautiful bouquet in my little vintage vase here. And it was so easy to create. All I did was I cut off a couple of tops because it was just too much and I had extra. And I said, oh, this would make a great bouquet because this is what's blooming. And look what I got. Isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty and so simple. I love its simplicity. But because the tops are so different, yes, bee balm. They have different colors too, Deborah. I have red as well. I have this color, which is more of a maroon. And I have pink. There's so many different beautiful colors. Yeah, sage, lemon balm, thyme, and oregano. Good. Yes, sage is great to grow. And lemon balm is all over my garden, so you'll enjoy that. That's what I've been drinking as a tea to help with this cold that doesn't seem to want to disappear, but it's going now. I prayed, and the Lord told me it's leaving, and I agree with Him, and it's going. This is not staying with me anymore. No, no more, no more. So, yeah. So this is bee balm, and they say bee balm can be used. It's gone. Yes, it's gone. It's gone. I believe by faith. My faith has risen to receive my healing. Amen. Amen. And I believe I receive my healing. Amen. Um, but they say bee balm is also, or bergamot, that's its more official name, bergamot, is good for tea. Yeah, plus I have added a chocolate mint to my mint collection. Oh, that's good. Who said that? Rambo, yeah. Well, you're catching up with us. I don't see gardens on me. Uh-oh, my paper disappeared. Where is Beverly? My notes just flew away. Oh no. Where did my notes go? One second. My notes flew away. Oh, not too far. Yeah, so I have my this is supposed to make a good tea. I've never made tea with it, but they say bergamot tea. That you can get it in the teas, the herbal teas, and when they put different things together, that it's good. It's part of the mint family, but I really enjoy its beauty, and it shows up now with the daylilies. How many of you have daylilies in your garden? Because now I is the time for daylilies, and I have what I call um, it's like a tiger lily. They call it a ditch lily. That's what I've heard it being named because of the fact that it grows very well in ditches. And my Stella d'Ora daylily is growing well also. But I want to get some fancy daylilies, and every time I buy them and put them in the garden, it doesn't seem like they grow very well. Not like that same old reliable ditch lily. But I would like to add some fresh new daylilies to my garden. Deborah said, oops. Deborah said my apple mint died back on me. Oh no! It's a mint. It's not supposed to die. Well, try again, Deborah. Oh, I love it. You love it? Oh, yes. I want all the mint one day. Yeah. Well, Beverly's not here. Gardens are me. She's our mint lady. I wonder, she's not here with us today, but she has a collection of mint. Oh, there she is. Good evening, Miss Catherine, the garden rats. I said, where's Beverly? Where's Beverly? We're talking about mints, and she's not even here to chime in on her mint collections. Your daylilies didn't do good too, Sonia? Oh, and you know, they said daylilies are supposed to be, excuse me, daylilies are supposed to be one of those plants that never die in the garden. I think it depends on which kind of daylily. As I said, the ditch lily that I have, that Beverly says, mint, yes, yes, yes. mm, yeah, she's our mint lady. And so if we started naming all the mints, chocolate mint, peppermint, apple mint, orange mint, ginger mint, candy mint, spearmint, mint. Yes, and even this bergamot could be part of that mint collection as well. Yeah, she has them all. She has them all, and I probably missed some of the mints there. Um, but yeah. So Beverly Rambo is putting together an herb garden, and he wants to collect all of the mints. That's his goal. Your apple mint died, never-ending mint. Low. Deborah, I don't know why your apple mint died. Did you give it too much water, or was it? Did it not get enough moisture? Figure out the location because they do need mints. Should get some sun, even though I have mint growing in a shady location. But I find that if you give it enough moisture and sunshine, that it should have grown, continue to grow. Unless did you put it in a pot? What happened? That's your job to investigate. Why did your apple mint die? And figure out what it is that happened to cause it to die. Um, for me, sorry to hear that, Deborah. Yeah, um, I planted apple mint in amongst my hostas over there, and they just grow through the hosta. I love the shape of it and the thickness of the leaves, and I love the flowers too. I like the design of it. So, everyone that's here, from a scale of 1 to 10, is your garden performing well and meeting your expectations? So, put in the chat, excuse me, from 1 to 10, is your garden performing well or meeting your expectations? 1, that it's not meeting your expectation, is a flop. To 10, fantastic, great. I love my garden. Couldn't be better than how it is now. It's the best year ever. I don't know. I moved it around to different spots and it died. I put it in a self-watering pot. Maybe that's what happened. It got too much water or it dried out and you didn't know it. I will be planting my mint in pots before it goes crazy in the soil. Yes. So Rambo is giving his garden. Is your garden performing well and meeting your expectations? Rambo gave it a 6. Unbreakable people, hello, how are you? You gave it a 7. That's good. Excuse me. Deborah gave it a 7. And Sonia gave it a 6. Come on, Beverly. What is it? Come on, give it a score. Give it a score. Who else is there? I know Worms. Let me call your name right. She was there first, the first to come on, and I don't remember your first name. Garden highlights and worms. What's yours? Come on, give it a number. Gardens are me 8 so far. Woo woo. Garden highlights were 7. Woo! Yay. What about Jane? Jane, are you there? What is it? What is it for you, Jane? How's your garden growing? Is it Jane? I think it's Jane. Yeah, I think it was Jane that was with me from Shrewsbury. Jane, Nearing, Nearing. Jane, how is it for you? What would you give your score as for your garden? Let me see. A six because stuff is doing fantastic, but it looks um, it looks it will need uh, some work. Well, a 10 by the end of the season of growing. All right, Rambo. Welcome, Unbreakable. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Unbreakable, what is your score? Did you say? Did I miss it? You're watching from Miami, Florida. Woo! How are you? Thank you for coming. Yay! Where we grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. Uh-huh. Grow, 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 grow. Yep. And that's what we're doing. And you all are doing very well. Because I think if you are 5 and above, that you're doing really great. What number would you give your garden? Me? Love your bee bomb, Miss Captain. Thank you. Well, I will give my garden overall. I have been very happy with it. Um, I am. I would give it a 7, 8. Like I said, I love everything that I tried, intentionally tried to do, came out very, very well. I felt good about it. Um, and everything looks so good. Um, I think overall, and then because we're still very fresh in our growing season here, I think that there's room for things to really take off. Like Rambo, I'm feeling excited about the end of the year, isn't? And we haven't really gotten there yet, and I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. Mine is an 8. Hi, Betty Johnson. Everything is bursting. Erupt all the rain in Connecticut. My blue hydrangeas have almost no color this year, even with the acidifier. Really, Betty? How are you? Yeah, you know what? And I think that's why. Thank you, Sonia. You're so sweet. You think my garden is a 10. Thank you so much, honey. Um, the hydrangeas. I thought I wasn't going to get many of my blue hydrangeas, the Nico blue, and I ended up getting my blue hydrangea blossoms, the mop head hydrangeas in my back lane there that I call my hydrangea alley, hosta daffodil alley, and even close up here. And then my bridal bouquet, excuse me, part of the endless summer hydrangeas, they're showing up. My oak leaf hydrangea that I thought wasn't gonna come back, it's there. It actually, remember when I unboxed it from Roberta's Gardens on QVC? I have got it, and it came in the box, and it looked like it was dead. Well, they were telling the truth. It came back, and it's actually looking very, very good. I love the blooms. It's very exciting, and I believe each year it's going to get taller and bigger and wider. I'm going to have to make room for it so that it can really come, show off. It's really nice. One of the things that I found that I have done. Oh, look at that! Betty Johnson's giving Rambo a heart. Ooh, that's sweet. um, One of the things that I found that I've done is that I love to stack the garden, right? I don't like to give a lot of spaces in between the plants because they look so small when they're young. But then they grow up and they just fill up the space. And so now I find myself at the point where I have to edit the garden. And so there are going to be some changes over there in the jewels section where my meadow is. I'm going to be making some changes over there. And so you will be seeing that. The other exciting thing that I found in my garden was that my hibiscus, my perennial hibiscus, they say that the perennial hibiscus take a long time before they start to show up in the garden. It almost looks like like they have died off. Well, um, two of my perennial hibiscus returned. I am so thankful. Oh my goodness, so thankful for for them returning. And then one of them I had a problem with, and the company sent me a new one for this year. So I'm excited about that because that one is now growing up and growing out. So I just need to be a little bit more wiser with planting different perennials and bushes and shrubs like that and giving them a little bit more space. I need to be a little bit more patient and give them more space. But I just like it full. I do. I like the English style of gardening. Oh, I do. I love the cottage look, and I love how it looks. Um, yes. Beverly said, yes, I planted 3 hibiscus last year, and they all have beautiful leaves. That's beautiful. Oh, 1 second. Ooh, sorry. I'm going to have to. Rambo says, Miss Catherine, you need some beehives because you have so much beauty in your garden. They would love it. Yes, the bees love it. Actually, I think there is a beehive somewhere around in the windows, by the window. I think there used to be 2 bees here that hover around, and they seem to enjoy, especially the deck area here. One time, I don't know if you saw that video, where I was out here working on the deck, and these 2 bees were competing with me for my space. It's terrible. Sounds lovely, Gardens Army. Yes, I planted 3 hibiscus last year, and they all have beautiful leaves. That's nice. I have we have to take pictures. I have been so negligent with with the website, but make sure that you take pictures because then we can share. And I'm gonna have to I will have the time now to get back to that. This month, June, has just been such a very busy month that I have neglected the website and our photos. And I know you all sent me some, and I just have not been with it. But for July, we will definitely be sharing our pictures, and um, you can actually, we could show it here, like how we did before. Yes, one time the bees were messing with you. That's right, Sonia. Deborah says, I'm trying succession planting this year. So when things die back, I replace it with something else. I have a long growing season. Yes, Deborah, thank you for bringing us back to that. And that is the point, too, that I wanted to say to you all, that it's not too late to get growing. And to do that, to start to have the succession planting. Hi, Brampton. How are you, Rachel? How you doing? Let me go back. I have to go back a little bit. Deborah, I'm so glad you mentioned this. Because that's one of the things that I want to talk about too. I was trying succession planting this year, so when things die back, I replace it with something else. I have a long growing season. Yes, yes. One time the bees were messing with you. That's true, son. Yeah. That would be awesome, Miss Catherine. Yes, I will be sending you soon, Miss Catherine. Yes. Hello. Hello, Brampton. I've been visiting you. Yes. And I try to remember to put a comment in the chat. Isn't it terrible? I'm telling everybody to put a comment in the chat and everything, and you know, and to comment on the videos. And I've been watching you all, and then I don't put any comments. That's terrible. No, oops. No worries. We can wait. Hi, Rambo. Thank you, Bev. You're so sweet. Hi, Brownton. Yes, Deborah. Ooh, G Mama Grows is in the house. G Mama Grows is in the house. Yeah, yeah, yeah. G Mama Grows is in the house. Ooh. Yeah, look at that. You got your own song, G Mama. G Mama's in the house. Hello, everyone. Hi, Rachel. G Mama Grows. Hello, everyone. Betty Johnson. I love the idea of sharing pictures. Yes, Beverly, we have been sharing pictures on my website, but also I've shared them too here, and people get to see what other people are doing and what their gardens look like. I'm already getting my autumn and winter stuff planning. Good, Rambo, you are on it. Gee, Mama bless. Hi, Deborah, Sonia. Yay. Gee, Mama, did you know that you could give people so much joy like that, girl? Mm-hmm. Hi, Betty. Gee, Mama grows. Thanks, Miss Catherine. You wonderful, honey. I don't know. There's something about you. Your spirit just comes out. And I don't even know you. Yeah, and you just seem to just bring a lot of joy. So when you come on, so just keep on spreading it. Whatever it is, I'm sure other people are feeling it too. Yes, G Mama Grows is in the house. Uh-huh. Mama Grows is in the house. Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Um, Yeah, so let me see. The time is running away. Let me see what else did I want to talk about. Oh, the winter sowing annuals. Now, I have been able to plant my winter sowing annuals. I had planted some verbena, excuse me, the verbena bonariensia, and they have grown up, and I could see the little purple flowers at the top. It's like amazing. And my cleome today opened up and bloomed, and so those plants are doing fantastic. I also saw snapdragons. At one point, I was wondering, when are those snapdragons going to show up? And today, I could see the flowers of the snapdragon. It is so nice. I am a fan of winter sowing. Yes, I am. That winter sowing. So we can extend our growing and actually speed up our growing through that winter sowing jug method. And I want to start, just like how Deborah said, some of you others, I think it was Beverly who said last week that she is saving up her water jugs and her jars, her bottles, so containers, so that she be able to start that when the time comes. So that is a wonderful. Oh, look who's here! I miss Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. Hey, 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 hey. How are you, baby? You're another happy soul. How you doing? So good to have you here with us to stop in and say hello. That's nice. That's nice. And I have Miss Bee Balm. This is my bouquet. Oh yes, I've been collecting my jugs. Good. Yeah, collect your jugs, and let's keep that going. Because I found, especially, it was so inspiring to see that it does work, and those plantings that need that extra can get it through that, and we can grow things, so that we don't have to wait until now to start seed sowing, but we can actually do it in advance. And if you don't have good, proper lighting, like myself, excuse me, so good to have you. If you don't have good, proper lighting, like how I don't, my indoors, I have no place to really set up that. That is such a great alternative to be able to have that. And then I'm thinking that I have here my little plastic greenhouse. And what I could possibly do is put the jugs inside the plastic greenhouse so that they will have double protection. And I'll be able to start planting things much, much earlier, or even lengthen the growing season for even within the winter time. So that's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. And so now too is the time. So Kiki and everyone else who just come on, from a scale of 1 to 10, is your garden performing well and meeting your expectations? Let us know. 1 being not at all, I need to scrap it and start from the beginning. Or 10, it's great, couldn't be better, and in between. So let us know. 1 through 10, how are you feeling about your garden? Is your garden performing well and meeting your expectations? Let us know. And most of us seem to be doing very well with our gardens, and are excited about it. But there's always room for growth and change. And that's something that I'm going to be doing, bringing some change to parts of the garden. On my front garden, yeah, we did some changing up there, and it's a 9. I took off a point for the week. Oh, I actually saw you growing things too. Yeah, your peppers, how they doing? How are your peppers doing? I think I remember seeing you um, with your peppers. And then you had the amaranth that was giving you a problem, I think. Anyway, and Rachel, how are you doing? What about your tomatoes? Rachel, are you still there? I'll say 8 since it could be better. All right, 8 is good. That's very good. That's what I think I said about mine. 8, G Mama. Kiki, I know your garden is on fire this season. Sis family. Yes. Well, she's on fire. She's just having all these interviews and just building community. You just doing it right. Good job. Good job. Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. And when you find your niche, even within the gardening community, it's a good thing because it makes you happy. So that when you're doing whatever you're doing it because you enjoy it. And even for myself, I find that I love giving the walkabouts in my garden. I love the gardening tours, and I also like doing these lives. These make me very, very happy. And so I've noticed that a lot of my gardening videos are not necessarily showing you how to do stuff, but rather having us enjoy the walking through and looking at the garden and sharing tips about what I'm doing, and then us coming together here to have these discussions and building community this way through the lives. I found that that's where I get the most joy out of this whole YouTube experience. So I think when you get that, when you find out what it is that you like to do and what you like sharing, and then you could just do it from the heart, and it will all come together. I love harvest time. I can't get enough of them. Yeah, you like the harvest time videos? Well, that's coming soon. I know that some people do that a lot. Like Angela of Busy Homestead. I don't think I'm saying it right, but She loves to do those harvest videos. And of course, Rachel loves her seeds and her seed startings, and her interest in all of the different seeds. Yes. I saw your front garden, Rachel. I saw that all of those different things that you were doing and growing from seed. That must be amazing to see that you've saved those seeds and then to see them come up. Yeah, it's very interesting. Very nice, very nice. Well, my lovelies, oops, I'm getting the sign that I have a low battery. So we're winding down, but so I want to just make sure that I covered everything that I have written on my little paper. This is my little notes. Okay, so I agree. Harvest is the best time. You like harvesting too, Kiki? Well, that's what it's all about too, you know. All the work that we've been doing, we want to harvest. Well, I've harvested. This is my bouquet for the end of June. I harvested my bee balm and I'm showing its beauty. I think it's so nice. I actually cut it down yesterday and put it out here, and it's lasted. And you know what I'm hoping is that it might root, you know, because I think that this can root in the water. Even, you know, this is very, very easy to divide. If you have like a patch, you can divide it in the spring and just plant it and it will grow and it spreads because it's like mint. But I think too that it might root. So I'll let you know. But for right now, I'm enjoying it. My abundance. I have so much of it in the garden that I have enough to cut and create this beautiful, beautiful bouquet for you all. And for myself, of course. Yeah, it was a great idea. I said, because you remember I had the bouquet of roses, Kiki, and I said, I don't have any more roses. The roses are over. And I can't do daylilies. I have daylilies, a lot of them, but the other annuals that I have in the garden have not flowered yet. They're growing up, but they haven't flowered yet. But this came, and it was just beautiful. Hey, Miss Erica, Erica, Erika, how are you? Welcome. Beautiful. Thank you, Mrs. Erika. Beautiful, Erika. I hope I'm pronouncing your name okay. I'm glad that you like that. Yeah. So I've been making bouquets, so that's my promise to you all, is to, yes, enjoy the flowers. Yes. Um, So let me just go through my list to make sure that I covered everything, and then I'm going to bid you all good day. You all make me happy once more. My soul is just singing. Yes. Is that the bubblegum bee balm? I have the same variety. I don't know if it's bumblebee. I just got it from one of my local growers a couple of years back, and it didn't have a name. It just said bee balm or bergamot. But I do love the color. Let me bring it a little closer. You like the? Yeah, it's beautiful. Hopefully that didn't throw things off. Yeah, I have another kind also, which is red, and I think it's called Jacob's Ladder or something like that. It's a red bee balm. But this one I like better. It's a little more sturdier, and I love this color because it really matches a lot of the colors in my low. It's Erica, spelled with an A. Oh, okay, Erica. Okay. Great, Miss Erica. Thank you for correcting me. You know, it's amazing that I and names do not get along very well. And I love people's names. I do. I love names. I love the meaning of names. And I have my what do they call it, decoding skills. And it's amazing because I was a reading specialist in my lifetime. Oh, Lordy. But anyway, thank you all for forgiving me and loving me anyway. Okay, so let me go back to this mid-year garden assessment. So that's the point of this garden talk today. And June recap, looking back at your June garden, seeing the things that really spoke to you. What did you really enjoy about your garden? And that it's not too late to grow. If you have not begun growing things, start growing things. Always, thank you. Start growing, especially if you're in the Northeast, in our zones 5, and 6 and 5. Yeah, and even in 7, especially in those warmer zones, you can have a second wind of growing. You can actually plant seeds and everything will grow for you right now. The earth is warm and ready to receive your seeds, so plant your seeds. What did you enjoy in your garden for the month of June? And what do you need to change? So before we end and wrap up, think about the things that you want to change. What do you want to do for this next month, for July, that will bring in a great harvest? How are you going to go about harvesting those things that you have planted, like your tomatoes and your peppers? And what are you going to do with them? How are you going to enjoy them? Are you cooking? I know, Kiki, you're great with the cooking and coming up with recipes, but the rest of us need to get with it. Expand our use of our vegetables so that we'd want to harvest them. So what are you going to do? How are you going to cook? And eat your fresh foods now for the month of July. Eat it. Yes, it's not too late to plant. Plus, it's time to start planting the fall garden. That's right. That is right. Very true. What are you maintaining? And what are you pulling up and say, I don't have room for that. It's gotta go. And it's okay to do that. I'm going to do that. You're going to see some changes in my garden. I need to make a plan. That's right. You're talking to me. Yes. It's time to look in your journal. If you have put it aside, pull it out and start looking at what you're going to do for autumn. I know, you just hit summer, but think about how you're going to start to prepare for autumn. Your autumn garden. Start putting your plans in there. Get it going. Like for me, I already had started planting. Like the herbal garden, I started planting. You should see it. It looks similar to this. Very similar, because I had already written down and drawn out what I want it to look like. And then the cottage cut flower, I didn't draw in it, but I wrote down the plants. And I do have zinnias, cosmos, daisies. They haven't come up yet. And the amaranth is there in the cut flower area. In the front of the house, I did exactly what I said. I have the zucchini and the peppers and some pumpkins that are growing there. And you can see that. So if you watch the videos, you can see that my planning has actually helped me to organize my garden. Well, my wonderful people, I'm almost done. And so we've all given our gardens a performance. We're thanking it. So come on, let's give our gardens a hand. I give you a hand. I applaud each and every one of you for such a successful gardening so far. I sowed some cosmos today. Excellent. I actually sowed some okra seeds, G Mama, yesterday. Come on, give yourselves a hand, everybody. You hung in there. You hung in there. Yay! And some of you just really pulled out all the stops. Deborah, I'm so proud of you. Yes, Beverly, Gardens Are Me. You inspired me. Yes, Sonia, you've been so loyal, coming on and moderating for me. Yes, I'm going meatless twice a week. I'm also growing more medicinal and culinary herbs. I'll replant early crops at the end of the month. Betty, wow, thank you for saying this. You know what? Maybe on our next talk, we'll talk about growing more medicinal and culinary herbs. Maybe the medicinal herbs. Yeah, that's really good. Very, very good. And getting ready to replant early crops. Much love, Miss Catherine. Happy growing, everybody. Yes, Kiki, you have really come out and found your spot in this growing community. Hey, Vintage Garden in New Jersey. Listen, everybody, Brooke, you need to go and, if you have not subscribed to Vintage Gardeners channel, NG, in New Jersey, you need to go and check her out. I actually have been watching some of your videos. I've been watching them on the TV. I love your introduction. It is so beautiful. Your fountain. She has this amazing fountain in the center of her garden. And her home is that of, the old, like the Victorian. So she would, her home is like a Victorian home, and her garden is just so beautiful. She's working on it. She's taking us on the process of her pulling together her garden. She has this beautiful fountain. She has this beautiful, beautiful fountain there, in the middle of her garden. Thanks, Catherine. I do subscribe to Victoria Bliss. You do? Yeah, you look like the type. And it's just so, I said, who she? And then she went to Longwood's garden. I love that. With the tulips and stuff. I saw that. That was so good. With the vintage, with the Longwood Gardens. I don't know what that was there. But that was just really, really nice, that field trip. I enjoyed that. And then Longwood Garden is an amazing place to visit. Yeah. Somebody blocked that. Yeah. There's two comments that were inappropriate. Yes, I love that visit. You're so lucky, to be able to have that membership that you can go and visit there. That reminds me, that's like our arboretum. We have an arboretum. It's not anything like your thing, but I love to go to the arboretum and see what is in bloom at the time. And but that I remember when the lilacs were in bloom at the arboretum. It was just so beautiful. But yes, and you all, when she says that she has so many different types of plants, by the end of the year, Brooke, your garden's gonna look spectacular. Brooke, one thing I want to suggest, don't take offense or anything, but this is what I want to suggest, that when I know you're so excited about your videos, your garden, but when you're videotaping it, kind of linger. You know what I do? Like when I'm taking, because I get excited, and I used to do that to move my camera really fast from one place to the other because I want to show everything. And what it did was it made me kind of dizzy and made others dizzy. So what you do is try and linger. So what I do is when I'm showcasing a particular plant or a border, I try to count to 10 before I move the camera. So I would hold it. I'd count 1, 2, 3 in my head, 3, 4, 5, and that way I'm not moving it too fast. And it's just slow down the pace because we want to see all of your different plants, but you're just so excited. I know you are. Yeah, it's so and even I've noticed too with some other photographers and people who are doing their videos that they just kind of like uh, keep the camera in a stationary position. But when you're doing a tour and you're showing the different types, um, it's very easy, especially if you're doing it yourself, to move from plant to plant too fast. So you want to just kind of like let it linger there. And I'm trying to do that too. So I'm not just talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. And also like trying to frame the view. Yes, yeah, frame the view. All right. But you do. So, I am so proud of you. I am just so excited about your garden, and I want every one of you all to go and join her channel. You're gonna see it. You're gonna see what her quality, her 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 introduction is so classic. So yeah, I got a steady stick from my camera. Good. Good, 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 good. Whoever did your introduction, that is like it's like a movie. It's like a movie. It's just, I'm like mesmerized by it. Please, somebody please get rid of that person. You did the intro? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is spectacular. You did such a great job. Keep up the good work. And she's just excited about gardening, and we are definitely going to be following. I'm here, but walking around, I got rid of the pervert. Good. I upgraded my video equipment. All right. You should. Sorry, I'm cooking. That's all right, honey. Thank you, Brampton, for that. Yeah, and let us keep on growing together and keep on moving forward. And you guys, please let me know. If there's something that I'm doing that is not helpful, let me know too, so that I can grow. I want to get better at this, and I want to be able to give you all good quality videos and information. One of the things I need to do is to upgrade my phone. That's going to take a little while because I'm going to have to gather some of my monies together for that. Um, but let us. Is that bee balm in the? Yes, Rachel. This is bee balm. Isn't it pretty? And we're trying to put together different bouquets each week uh, with flowers from my garden. Now that I have such an abundance of flowers. Hello, Yankee sister. Good evening, Miss Catherine, everyone in the chat. Just a quick hello and support. I'm teaching study tonight. A little nervous. I'll watch the replay. Blessings. All right. Congratulations. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Yay. Um, yes. Thelma joins me in my other channel. That is gorgeous. I need some, huh? I know, I know, I know. Can you drop the Vintage Garden link, please? Yeah, somebody drop the Vintage Gardener's link. Yankee sister, you will do well. Go for it. Of course you will. Oh, she is so spiritual and full of wisdom. Miss Yankee sister Homestead. She's going to do very well. Be blessed, yes. She's going to do very well. She's eloquent. Yes, she is. She's going to do very, very well. I'm so pleased. You make me happy. Yay! Yay! You all make me so happy. Yes, I feel so good. Oh, could you feel my joy? You feel my joy? You feel my joy? Oh, I feel so happy. Yes. Anyway, it's time for us to go before this phone ends this conversation. Um, so let us grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Yummy! Yay! Woo! Yay! my people, my people. Yay. Yes, so we celebrate June. June was a good month, but we look forward to July. Yes, when we grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. Uh-huh. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine garden and home. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good vibes, Erica. Yeah, 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 Erica. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Uh-huh. Grow, 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 grow together. Catherine's garden and home. Yes, sir. Grow, 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 grow. Catherine's garden and home. Yes. Yes, so we look forward to July, and we know that good things are going to happen for us in the month of July as we start to gather, harvest, grow, and do good things. And may you be blessed. May your family be blessed. May you go into this next half of the year with great things happening for you, doors opening, and everything, all the blessings. I decree and declare blessings on everyone here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Uh-huh, Catherine's Garden and Home. Yeah, yeah. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Be blessed. Pray for me. All of you who know how to pray, pray that God will just touch and heal my body. I know He promises to do that, and I thank Him for it, but I still am requesting your prayers, that you pray for total healing quickly, like tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. Have a great day, everybody. Love you. Good night, Vintage. Good night, everybody. Bye. Have a great day. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, everyone. Yes, have a great one. Bye. Pray for you, Miss Catherine, and all things. Yes, my lovely. Thank you, Kathy. You're wonderful, my sweet Rachel. Rachel, my Alyssa's still doing well. Say bless everyone. Nighty night for you, Miss Catherine. Bye bye. Annie Dale Homestead, good night. How are you? Good to see you. Yes. Deborah, we'll do going on a prayer line after this. Yes, put me up in your prayers. I'm a family too. They're traveling. So pray for the safety of my family as they travel. Miss Erica, amen. Thank you. Prayers up. Yes, Yummy. Woo! I don't know if Rambo's still here, but Rambo, we bless you as well. Yes, G Mama Grows, everybody. Yes. Annadale Homestead. Thank you, sweetness. Have a good one. Be blessed. Back at gardening. Hi, how are you? We're doing well. How are you? Thank you for popping in. Good to have you. Yes. Everyone. I don't know. I must have um, plugged in my phone real well because it hasn't conked out on me. So we could get to just bless one another. Yes, in Jesus' name, all is well. Thank you, Bev. Yes, I feel it. I feel His presence and I feel the blessing. Yes, thank you so much, my sweet. Yeah, have a good night, everybody. And don't forget to make floral bouquets for yourself. Yeah? Make sure you do that. Have a great day. Bye.